Imagine being a prisoner, seeing that for the first time. You'd be running for your life. What's up guys? Welcome to New Zealand, or I should say Kia ora. That's their way of saying hello here. And this is Queenstown. In this video I'll be covering both the South and the North Island. So if you're planning your trip to New Zealand, hopefully this video will help. So $15 guys, nothing is free in life, especially if it's worth it. This road is super windy. Understandable. The funny thing is there's no one either in front of us or behind us. So, today's Monday, yeah, but I don't know, I was expecting a few tourists. Well, good for us. All right, we have arrived. And I think we go up there. Looks like a bit of a hike, but this looks pretty good to me. Wow. It's definitely fresh up there. And here is the airport. And what a good timing. See, there's a plane coming in to land. That over there is the Lake Wakatipu. It's the largest lake in New Zealand. Goes for about 80 kilometers, I believe, and as you can see the sheer size of it, it's like in both directions. And it's really popular because it's located in Queenstown, and when you look at the postcard picture, that's the lake. But it's also a home to one of the most scenic drives in the world. Keep going down that way, I believe that's north, don't quote me. There is a town called Glenorchy, and the drive from Queenstown to Glenorchy is one of the most scenic drives. I've done it once and I can't agree more. It's actually stunning. You're literally driving along the lake the whole time. It reminds me of the Great Ocean Road, but the lake version. And this lake Wakatipu, it's a glacial lake, which means every bit of water here has been melting down from the snow-capped mountains from the last ice age. And I think I googled it last night, that was 15,000 years ago. That's how old this lake is. This is Arrowtown. Once really popular for the gold rush, now it's a cute little town. Still very famous for hiking trails, biking trails, and all that kind of stuff. Em's doing her usual water tasting, and we wait for the verdict. What does it taste like? Fresh? That's good. Fresh. Tasting the glacier water.
Is this cold?
It's actually not bad. It's not super cold. It's fresh, but it's not crazy cold. And the next stop is one of many bungee jumping places that you can find around here. I've mentioned already, Queenstown is an adventure capital of New Zealand, and there is no shortage of those kind of activities here. Would you do it? Never. Never. Why not? It's only 50, 75. You'll be fine. A very good morning, guys, and today's mission is to explore Wanaka. There is this famous Wanaka tree. The last time I was in Wanaka, it was pouring down, so didn't get a chance to go there, but today seems like a day for it. And I just found the lookout that I remember from my last visit here. And it's between Wanaka and Queenstown, and I think this is one of the coolest lookouts that I have come across so far. This is the thing about New Zealand: when you're traveling, you got to allocate a lot more time than you think it's going to take to get from A to B, because you can literally stop at many locations. It's just breathtaking. Beautiful scenic drive, stunning views, but that's New Zealand. And here is the township. It's named after the lake. That is Wanaka Lake. Easy job, and I'm not sure if you can see it. See, there are some people gathered over there, and there's a tree, maybe 20 meters in the water. And that is the Wanaka tree. Not sure why it's popular. There's nothing special to it. I was reading, I googled it, I'm like, why it's popular, and I found out that in 2014 someone, a photographer, he took a photo of the Wanaka tree with a misty background, and it won some award. And of course, with the power of social media, it became the Wanaka tree. Unfortunately, some idiots have been vandalizing this tree by either climbing it, or even in 2020, I think I read somewhere someone took a saw and chopped off branches. Like, how stupid you gotta be? I mean, there's no reason to do that, but it's amazing how some people have that kind of stupidity. Some people are just sad, and they just want to take away what makes others happy. And if that's a tree, they wouldn't care. Another thing Wanaka is really famous for is the hiking trails, the biking trails. I think that's in general in New Zealand anyway. This country is full of, they're abundant, those trails. And I think I was reading some of the trails in Wanaka, they covers the distance of 750 kilometers. Of course, the loops and stuff, but that's a lot. So if you're into that kind of stuff, could be a place for you. and it's all happening. We just have to find the helmets. I'll go with green. I think that will match my jacket. The champions of Luigi. Look at the views.
I recommend you guys to come and play with me.
She recommends because she's good at it. And you did the first time. This is the first time. Impressive. I'm not just saying that, you were good. For first timer, you've done a really good job. Good morning, and it's our third day today in Queenstown, and today I promise you we finally will explore the Queenstown Bay, the water near the lake area. But before that, we're going to head over to the town called Glenorchy. If you remember, I mentioned about this scenic drive. It's going to be like less than an hour away from here. It's like only 40-45 kilometers, but the view is going to be stunning. The whole route, you're literally driving along the edge of the lake. It's one of the popular drives, so you be the judge. Ready?
Ready.
All right, let's hit it. And we have finally arrived at Glenorchy. So welcome to Queenstown officially. Right, so I could hear some noise and I was thinking, what is that? But I just found out there's a dog singing, not even joking. Only in New Zealand, or maybe Queenstown. By the way, this is a really popular place. The fur burgers, I think they call them. So on the opposite side, on the other side of this, They got these burgers. The lions go crazy for it. I've tried it once. It's okay. I think we have just done a loop of the main downtown streets. There's a couple of them. Really happening for what? Wednesday evening? Good morning, it's day 4 and we have left rainy Queenstown behind us. Today we're heading to Mount Cook, a distance of 250 kilometers. We'll cover in 2.5-3 hours, including all the stops. But on the way to Mount Cook, we just come across this beautiful lookout. And I thought I'd just share this with you guys. How stunning. So we have finally arrived at the Mount Cook. The weather isn't the best, but the good news is, according to the weather forecast, it should clear up in next half an hour or so. So this area, it's called the Huka Valley Loop. So they got a few tracks here. The Huka Lake is that way, an hour 30 minutes one way, and there's a few other ones. I think the Kea track, an hour return. This is so peaceful. It's actually a nice track. Although the weather isn't the best, but I think it's different. So as we're approaching the Kea Point, which is not far from here, you can see the fog is clearing up. And here we are at the Kea Point. By the way, I heard some thunderstorms. Nothing big, but there was some noise up there. Look at that. Stunning. You know what? Talking about aesthetics, this is not bad. The Huka Valley, the Huka Lake lookout, that's similar to this as well. So yeah, I recommend doing both. And this one's easy, like literally from the car park to here, maybe 15-20 minutes. And return is, I think, half an hour. I decided to stay here and not do the other track because I thought I'd just stay here, enjoy, relax. It's a pretty cool place actually. They got a viewing platform. They got a bench here to sit down, and can't get any better. So that was Kea Point at Mount Cook. Had different plans, but happy with this. Different than the last time I was here. Last time I did the Huka Valley Lake, that point. But this time got to do the Kea Point. While I got you here and I'm walking back to the car park through this stunning trail, I mean the day's clearing up, looks nice. I just want to mention, so when I was in Queenstown, I had plans to go to Milford Sound. It's really popular, but we couldn't because of the weather. So Milford Sound from Queenstown, it's 4 hours drive by road, one way. So it's like a whole day trip, regardless you go there by yourself or you pick one of these tour companies. It's a big, at least 12 hours to 14 hours day. And the day we planned to go there, because we had planned other things on other days, Milford Sound was going to be, heavily raining that day there. So we had to pick and choose. Milford Sound in general does get really wet anyway, and when the weather forecast say it's 90% chance of rain, yeah, that was pretty easy for us to make a decision, and we skipped it. Instead we went to Arrowtown, Glenorchy and all that kind of stuff. But if you ever get chance to come to Queenstown, definitely add Milford Sound to it. It's stunning. I've done it last time. It's amazing. For those who have done it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A very good morning from Lake Tekapo. So after finishing at Mount Cook, drove to this town which is only like 45 minutes away, and then stay here overnight, and it turned out a beautiful day. And here is the Lake Tekapo. And welcome to Christchurch. Made it. So got here last night or afternoon, evenish. We did try and explore the town, but to be honest, wasn't much, even if it was Friday night yesterday. So I want to give it another shot and explore the city, because our flight to Auckland is at 4:30 p.m. and at the moment it's just before 11.
And I'll play the wide rover, no never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and the landlady said on me was spent. Oh, yeah.
So after finishing with the boarding gardens, the botanical gardens, we have made our way back into the city centre. And this is the Bridge of Remembrance. I'm pretty confident most people know Christchurch the city centre was mostly destroyed in 2010 earthquakes. That was pretty big, but they have recovered it since. There's still bits and pieces which I think either they're working on it or they just left it as as a memory. I'm not sure if this is part of that. Actually, I started to like the city a little bit. I do like how the shops are set up here. It's not bad. And I just came across this church, which I believe was destroyed during the earthquake. And there is some sort of restoration work happening around it. And a very good morning from Auckland. Made it! So the plan is we'll stay in Auckland City for 2 days, explore, before we're making our way down south to Rotorua and Taupo. Maybe found something to see here. I did Google and come up some lookout, but to get there we have to catch a ferry to the other side, and then maybe 1.5 kilometers walk, and they say the view from the top are pretty stunning. So let's check it out. So this is apparently the Devonport main stretch. A little bit happening for the size of it. And we confirmed that to get to the lookout, which is the Victoria Point, it's 1.5 kilometer walk, and no vehicles allowed. And here it is, Mount Victoria, Takarunga. Takarunga, that sounds tough. Oh well, if anything, today is a good day for a walk because it's nice, it's not hot, and it's not super sunny. A perfect day for a short hike. The ascent is just really gradual. As you can see behind me, just literally just wrapping around this hill in order to get up and down. Made it to the summit, and let's see what it looks like. It's a bit windy. But this is it. That's Auckland City over there, and literally cross that bit of harbour to get here. So I just found out, so this used to be a fort. That makes sense, up high. Good 360 views. So after coming back to the mainland, Auckland, whatever you want to call it, this section here it's called Viaduct Basin, I think. And all it is, it's just the harbour. So we have arrived at the Kerosene Creek waterfall, which is just over there. Well, this is a bit of an adventure. I think I'm pretty camouflaged in this environment because of my jacket. I'm not sure if you can even see me. These are the comments I've been hearing from Em. She's bullying me. Yes, you were. All right, it's time to get into the creek. How's the temperature? Is it warm?
It's warm.
Like really warm?
It's perfect.
Oh wow, this is nice.
Oh.
Wow. Where are you going? Stay with me. What do you think of this place?
It's nice. It's warm. Since I came here, I never touched water, like swim or
You actually haven't.
yeah.
We haven't even been to the beach, even in Australia. Have you been to any place like this in your life? A thermal creek?
Maybe in Thailand one time,
Oh, there is a thermal creek in Thailand?
but it's like that kind of stuff that we see. People just put the feet on it like that.
Oh,
it's
so
not like something like
Yeah,
this.
right. This is pretty warm.
Mm.
Come on, Em, you can do it. Almost there.
It's strong.
Made it. It's so steamy. My lens is fogging up. Em has chosen a mini baby waterfall. That still counts. Oh, it's a little bit deep here. It actually feels like a massage. I have arrived at Wai-O-Tapu Thermal Village. So we bought the tickets online. It cost us like maybe 40 New Zealand dollar per person. I don't mind a bit of rain. It's drizzly. It's nothing too bad. Different. The last time I was here it was just normal day, but we only had like 40-45 minutes to have to rush, so we were just running around. Today's a different story, and I think we are probably one of the first ones in. So I'm pretty confident most people know how these thermal activities, how they exist. So the core of the earth is magma, right in the middle, and it's super hot. But at some places the magma is closer to the surface, such as places like this. So what happens is when the water seeps through the cracks and touch or get in contact with this magma that's closer to the surface, it evaporates and it rises up, and this is the result. Any holes it can find, it just pressure and it comes up. And if it goes into the creek, it makes the creek water warm. Or this kind of craters, like fuming out the steam. And I'm not sure if you can hear it. The gulping. If you look at closer to that mud there, there's some bubbles popping out. Em asked me a question yesterday, why we smell sulfur. Well, so when this steam is rising up, it's corroding all these minerals, rocks, stones, and it has many other, the gases and stuff, so carbon dioxide, even methane. But as humans, we are more sensitive to sulfur, the smell of the sulfur. So the threshold for sulfur for us to detect it, it's really low as compared to methane and carbon dioxide. for us to smell them, they need to be in a really high quantity, or even some gases are odorless. And that is the reason we only smell sulfur here. So sulfur is not a primary reason for this activity, it's a byproduct of it. I think that'd be correct to say. So these mud pools are actually a mixture of the crude oil, kerosene, and mud. So if anyone trying to just have a mud bath here, it won't be very pleasant. So this part here, it's the champagne pool, and as you can see, it's very colorful. And the reason for that is, you know, champagne pool, it brings all the minerals that coming from deep below the surface, and when the water cools down, it evaporates, bringing all the minerals, you know, on the surface, showcasing all these different colors. And mind you, this water, it's hot. It's anything from 80 degrees Celsius to above. This is really interesting. I just read it here. So some birds, the starlings, the swallows and the minnows, they actually nest in the holes on the walls of this collapsed crater. Because the heat from below, when it rises up, it helps incubate the eggs and to keep the birds warm. How cool! Nature is amazing. So this is probably one of my favorite places. Look at the color. So it's also filled by the champagne pool. It's just the overflow water. Love the colors, look at that. It's a bit of reddish there, a bit of yellowish there, a bit of green there. So we have made it to the geyser on time. The reason I was rushing because this only happens once a day at 10:15 to be precise. You might be thinking how nature is so accurate. Well, it's not, because although the geyser is natural, but the shootout is induced. So the staff here, they mix some chemical which makes the geyser shoot up in the air. It's all happening. That was pretty cool. Now imagine being a prisoner, seeing that for the first time. You'd be running for your life. You'd be petrified. I mean, it's funny to laugh at now, but poor guys, they're probably thinking, this is it. They would have seen the similar thing, and they'd be running for their life, thinking it's all happening, they're going to die. That was pretty cool. Happy?
Happy.
And she got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, it's Maori song.
Yeah, Maori song. It's actually not bad in terms of the rain is slowed down since it started. See, I didn't get to see this part when I was here 5 years ago, because as I said, we came quite late and only had like 40-45 minutes, so could only do track 1. Everything is well done up here, and that's where the ticket comes in. When you pay, all the money obviously go towards also the maintenance and to make this place easily accessible. This is really good. We have arrived at the Huka Falls. Whoa, look at this! Alright, so that was the end of the Huka Falls. Now we're gonna drive into Taupo, which is only 5-10 minutes away from here. Grab some coffee and then drive for another hour to get to this place. It's called Desert Highway. And from there we'll be able to see Mount Tongariro and Mount, I think it's called Ripu. And it's gonna be so pretty. That'd be a highlight. Hopefully the visibility gets better. It looks promising. So let's keep the fingers crossed and make our way. Ready?
Ready, go.
So in this race against the time, looks like we might have won. Let me present to you this desert road, and look at this perfect rainbow. So I'm not sure what's happening today with the volcanoes. We didn't have much luck. That's because of the weather. The visibility was poor. Now we just got into the town called Taupo, and this is where the plan was to go on this sailboat, go out in the lake and look at this Maori carvings. Upon arriving here, we've been told the boat has been cancelled. It's probably the coolest McDonald's I've seen. I love the planes, and here is one. Oh, thank you. Hey guys, this is sick. Wow, look at those old controls. So we are gonna get to see the Maori carving, which is just there, but instead on this boat, which I think might not be a bad idea given the weather today. Will be covered and it's gonna be quick in and out.
Now, for those of you who aren't exactly sure where in the world you are right now,
And that's what happens, is that, and there's no argument. So they get to. Grandmother was like, well, now you're going to do something that's significant. So do something good, significant, that's going to last.
And that was the end of the cruise, the boat trip. The carvings, they were pretty cool. So an hour and a half, it's very efficient and worked out really well for us. I'm glad we had an option. So after the sailboat got cancelled, I was like, wow, we literally drove all the way down here for nothing. And this is it, 2 weeks in New Zealand, done and dusted. Covered the South Island as well as the North. What do you think, Em? You love it? So what's your favorite city in South Island?
Queenstown.
And what about North Island?
What you say there?
The Taupo?
Yeah, Taupo.
Taupo's pretty cool. I like it, I like it. What do you think of Rotorua?
It's great.
It's great?
Yeah.
What do you think of the smell?
I don't listen.
Yeah, it gets in your clothes and stuff, but you get used to it. But yeah, but otherwise, really good experience. I think Em missed the snow. It did snow, I think a day or two after we left South Island, so that would have been nice, but it's okay. Always gives you a reason to come back and explore again. Now we are heading into the Auckland airport, flying into Sydney, and then planning for the next trip perhaps very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We absolutely did. Yeah, any questions, chuck it down in the comment box below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.